What's up, YouTube? Robert the Coroner Drapp here. I decided that this morning I would go on ahead and get the video underway. Kind of talk about a few things that are on my mind. Those of you that are on my Facebook page may have seen me post a picture last night with this guy here. I love it. I do. Love it to death. Kind of got it rigged up on the vest, and I love this vest. I very much feel like today is going to be a good day, but I'm going to be working very hard because I've got cleaning up to do. I'm hoping to host Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow. I have both today and tomorrow off, so I've got some time, and I figure I'll get that done. Something I kind of want to talk about, and this more pertains again to my Facebook page. You may have experienced this in your own life, and this is my advice to anybody who has either side of this. If you have a problem with somebody on my Facebook page, first I want you to take a step back and look at it from my perspective. I have that person on my Facebook page for a reason. I don't just randomly approve everybody. There has to be some underlying current that gives that person a reason to be on my page. Now, most of those people are people I interact with. I try and keep up on. They're artists that I enjoy because I know who they are and I've seen their work and they do great things. And I want to support independent artists because I don't have any of that kind of skill. And I'm, again, trying to stay away from the word talent because of the connotations that come with that. I mean, my husband is a damn good artist. I love his work. And I know he maybe doesn't have all the time in the world that he'd like to get that done, but again, I love his work. I really do. And he has several friends that are good artists, and I do as well. And like I said, I'll share, I'll try and, signal boost for that person because they deserve that. They're trying to make their passion, their dream come true by supporting themselves as artists through Patreon and through their commissions. So I can't say anything against that. The second thing I would urge is that if you have a problem with somebody on my Facebook page, don't come to me. I'm not going to fix it. I may say something to that person like, hey dude, why the fuck did you do that? If it doesn't make sense to me. Like if I look at a situation and go, the fuck were you doing? You know you're going to get a word from me. Just because I don't know why the fuck you did a thing, and I want to know why the fuck you did a thing. But don't come to me and go, dude, get on your boy. Nah, he's a fucking adult. You get on your own shit. You want to talk to him, you talk to him. I ain't gonna handle shit for anybody but me and mine. Now, if somebody's jumping on your ass and they're in the wrong, doesn't matter friend or not, I'm gonna jump the ass. And I did. Actually, very recently, have to do that. I didn't want to, but one of my friends is actually rather conservative, and that's fine. I like hearing opposing opinions, so that way my worldview isn't exactly just an echo chamber of everybody that I agree with politically or ideally, because I'm very much trying to work against my own against my own instincts, as we all have the same instinct to want to cloister ourselves with people whose views we agree with. So again, you're on my friends list for a reason, and it's because not only am I trying to expand my worldview, but I agree with some of your viewpoints on certain things. Now, the post in question that I was vilifying was actually somebody was like, oh, 64,000 people die a day to drug overdose, but when has Jimmy Kimmel cried on TV about it? I'm like, and I could not believe my own typing, how quickly I just went, whoop, sarcasm and salt. Well, the salt part's not surprising for anybody who knows me. I get rather salty, but this was just sarcasm on a level I haven't been on in a while. And my point was, and I started out, he did it on the last time it happened to him. Oh yeah, that's right, it hasn't happened to him yet. See, he was on the healthcare shit because it happened to him. He completely acknowledged his privilege. He knew that he was in a very fortunate situation, but people shouldn't have to set up a motherfucking GoFundMe just to afford shit that they need. And I've had a dear friend of mine who's currently recovering, and dude, I hope you watch this. I'm not going to name drop you, but speedy recovery, bro. I hope you get well soon. He just had knee surgery, and he had to set up a GoFundMe to get this done. He'd needed it for God knows how long, and so he finally went under the knife 2 days ago. So he's at home recovering, and I very, very much hope that he's feeling well. I'm going to check on him here a little later today, because he's part of my D&D group. He's a great guy. Just very caring, very, very funny. He'll help you out however he can. Just salt of the earth, Great guy. But to Jimmy Kimmel's end, he was very much advocating for universal health care, and that's a topic that I agree with, on the basis of everybody shouldn't have to do that. Shouldn't have to worry about, hey, how am I going to pay for this when I need it? I mean, hell, I've probably got a few issues that could use some looking at, but I've got other more important shit to worry about. So rather than force myself to extend myself beyond my means to try and go and get it done, suffer. Maybe isn't the greatest word, but that is what it is, unfortunately. I'm also very blessed that I have the friends that I have, because I didn't see it when I first had this person respond. One of her friends jumped in and started bitching about Jimmy Kimmel having, couple million in the bank, that he doesn't have to worry about this kind of thing. And I understood that she was highly conservative. She was on the opposite end of the spectrum to me, and that I would never, or rather that the tribe mentality would keep me from reaching her, I felt. But even so, I was kind of in the wrong by sort of how to put it, blasting. I put her on blast for sort of being old. I straight out said, okay, Grandma, whatever you say. It's not like he didn't say this. And I can't even remember the comment to start with. But my friend said, hey, you don't need you don't need to take that tone. You don't need to bash my friend in such a manner. So I thought about changing. I thought about editing the comment, but I did not. I did not because while I sort of felt bad for doing it, I didn't really at that point care. And currently, again, I feel sort of bad, but not super bad. But the third thing you need to realize is no matter who you are on my friends list, odds on, I'm going to side with the person that I feel is right. I mean, I love each and every one of the persons on my Facebook page because I know all of you guys. I've met most of you physically, and the ones that I haven't probably live very far out of state. Like, I have several friends who live in New Jersey, a couple that live in California that I wouldn't mind meeting. I mean, if I ever get the chance, I will. So, those guys being who they are, those guys being where they are kind of prohibits me from physically meeting them, but I have spoken intensely with them, and I've got a long history with them, both on the profile that I'm on now and the one that I was on previously. So it very much is a point of I've known all of you for a very, very long time, and if you're wrong, you know I'm going to call you on it. If you're not, I'm going to defend you. So there's that. Kind of going with that today. And as for the get up, I guess I've been feeling here rather lately that I may be sliding as far as my mental health goes, because while I'm not feeling like I'm having a bad day today or even in the last week, I also feel very drained, where it's been not good. But I spoke to my husband because, again, and anybody who comes at me for relationship advice, they're like, wow, you and him have a wonderful relationship. I've seen you two. You love each other deeply. You trust each other explicitly. How the hell did you get to that point? And I said, it wasn't easy. I don't have any secrets from him. He knows me inside and out. And I know him just as well. And that's because we communicate. We talk all the time. So I know I can go to him with any problem I may be having, and he can come to me. And as such, I spoke with him yesterday about my mental health and how I was feeling, and he said to me, he says, I know why you are beginning to feel this way. It's because you've isolated yourself. You come home from work and you look at the current state of the living room, where one person may be on your console and I'm on mine, and so you're like, well, fuck, I ain't got nothing to do. I haven't got anything I can do. Might as well go to the bedroom and just hang out there. And to a point, he's right. He was right, and there's no arguing it. That has to be why, because I have a very, very deep-seated rationale with the way that I've always lived, because of my upbringing. We had one console in the house. We had one TV that hooked to a console, and if somebody was playing it, you couldn't do anything else in the living room. There was nothing else to do. So you had, like me, I had my computer, which was a hand-me-down, So I couldn't use the computer in the living room because that wasn't my computer, and my parents had password protected it. So there was no just hop on and start, fucking around on MySpace or Facebook or whatever. And then I just go to my room and, hang out there. Um, and yes, this was back in the days of dial-up, so you couldn't always. What the fuck was that? Something behind me just fell. So you couldn't always be online. You had to find offline things to do, and that's where I very much got into PC gaming. I was, generally speaking, regularly playing Diablo 2 or some other game that I'd gotten. And yeah, I mean, I really liked it, and I still wouldn't mind playing those games, but I quite regularly, when I come home, and such is the case, I'll be on my phone. I'll just lay in bed, cover up, sit on my Facebook, sit on YouTube, sit on Tumblr, sit on Twitter, and just go. And that'll be my day. And he was saying, and my husband, being the observant person that he is, he's like, listen, I'm very low maintenance. I don't take a lot, and you know that. You need to start investing that care that you would put into me, into yourself. Because I want you to be happy. I want you to be having good mental health days, because I realize that we all have to work on that. And you champion mental health. You quite often say that self-care is very, very important. So you need to actually practice what you preach. And to a point, he was 100% right. If I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not doing what need be done to ensure that the things I like doing and the things that help me cope with the world are getting done, then I can't be slagging it off. I can't fail to do so, because if I do, then what the hell, Sort of not even really fair. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, as far as this goes, I'm wearing this outfit today because I feel like I love it. This shirt. This one is from Aardvark Tees. I very much like their work. This is a Steven Universe, harder, better, faster, stronger than you. Very much in the Daft Punk crossover mindset, and again, it's a wonderful, wonderful tee. This is actually my husband's shirt. We got it when we went to Onicon this last year, and again, he wanted this shirt, and so we got it. And I was digging through the laundry today, and I said, you know what, this is the shirt I want to wear today. And the vest was actually a gift from him to me. I believe it was an anniversary for our 4th year. And again, I love it to pieces. I don't know if I'll ever put anything on it. I don't know that I ever need to. And I want to say I know where the pocket holsters are, but I don't. I have no clue, and I wish that I did. I wish that I knew, because I love the inside pockets here. It's very much in that Sons of Anarchy, the cut, mold. And I love this vest. I love this. It's rather heavy. It's very nice. And again, I don't think I'll ever put anything on it because it doesn't need it. For me, it doesn't. And I was actually, I think when I first got it, just trying to remember back to when I first got it, I think I was originally looking at getting the patches from, like, show accurate patches from Sons of Anarchy to have that. But I've heard from people, both online and just in person, that if you're wearing that cut when you go out in public and a guy from a real MC sees you, he's going to want to beat the fuck out of you. So, maybe not worth it. I don't want to get into a fist fight over a fucking fictional MC, but just because I'm a fan. The only thing I'm not wearing today is the Mjolnir. I haven't. It's right there behind me. You can't see it, but it's right there behind me. And I've just been lazy about it. I could go get it. I could just reach over and throw it on my head, but nah, not right now. My husband, speaking of anniversaries, my husband got me a wonderful picture from a really good artist. It's myself, my Final Fantasy character, and his at the Moon Fair Festival that's currently going on, I think. And I really like it. I really do. And I believe I've set it as my profile picture for right now. And I don't think I will be taking it down for a while, but you know, I may add a frame. Who knows? What I do know is that I'm also sort of keeping an eye on the American League Championship Series, the Astros and the Yankees, because I believe it's now 3-all, like and they have to go back to New York. So I'm very much crossing my fingers. I want to see the Stros go to the World Series again, and I want them to win, because it's been a very long time since Houston had a championship, or rather a World Series, and I just want to see them, pull it out. They're my hometown. I grew up there. I grew up with the Stros, Bagwell, Biggio, the Killer Bees. And it always seemed like every other year, like, they had Lance Berkman, and then, God, what was his name? Is Bell? Alto Bell? I want to say that's wrong. Probably is. But, watching those, even from the stands, especially from, like, when they called it Enron Field, now it's Minute Maid Stadium, I think. Yeah. I haven't been there in years, but still love my teams. Love my sports ball. Yeah. I mean, I'm not as big into it as I used to be, but still, keeping an eye on something you enjoyed previously is always good. But something I always enjoy saying is thank you for watching, because I truly mean it. It's always really nice to see the comments, see that people are enjoying my content. I would like everybody to hit the like button, subscribe for me if you wouldn't mind. Throw the bell on, and it'll let you know that I'm doing this pretty much every other day. I do Monday through Wednesday. You take a day or two off, and then I do this. So and I will hope to see you all next time.